Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have a special guest on the phone line right now, Andre Orlando. He's the Senior Vice President and President of the Public Sector and Verizon Connect for the Verizon Business Group. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, what does that mean? Now, everything that I just said, what does that mean?
Yeah, so I have the privilege of leading all of the work that we do with government agencies, so the federal government, state governments, local governments, nonprofits, school districts, as well as the work we do with small businesses around their fleet management. That's our Connect business.
Mm-hmm. So this initiative that y'all have to feed front lines, feed the healthcare workers on the front line, this is you. You have you to thank for that.
You have a lot of people to thank for that within Verizon. But, yeah, we're very excited about this program. This is part of a number of things that we've got going on to do our part to serve communities that are in need, to continue to serve those who are on the front lines. So this is one of those programs, the Feed the Frontline program. And the idea here is we started in New York City. We're looking to expand beyond New York City, but we take restaurants in the city. We match them up with hospitals and healthcare workers who are on the front lines, the real heroes today, and, you know, get free meals to those healthcare workers. It's a win-win for everyone involved because we can keep those restaurants open, keep them employing their employees, and, you know, everyone wins from it.
Yeah, that's such a big deal right now because there are a lot of restaurants that are small businesses. And I see a lot of restaurants doing positive things like providing food for the healthcare workers, but they're also taking a hit when they just do that on their own because they've had to lay off staff and then they're still feeding these healthcare workers at the same time. So this is beneficial because restaurants are having to shut down. They might not be able to reopen after this. So this does really benefit them as well. And I've been trying to make sure I support my local restaurants, and our healthcare workers really need that right now while they're working so hard. Some good meals.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So this is a part of our broader effort we call Pay It Forward, where we've pledged up to $5 million to both support small businesses, including restaurants, during this time, because we know, as you said, they're some of the hardest hit businesses during this pandemic. But at the same time, to raise awareness, get people out to support those small businesses. We've got our Pay It Forward Live, which is a weekly entertainment series with, you know, entertainers, comedians, gamers, you name it. And we're using that forum to both, you know, entertain people who need some entertainment during this crisis, but more importantly, to raise awareness about small businesses and the need for all of us to do what we can to support those small businesses.
How is Verizon taking care of its employees right now? Because you hear so many different people, you know, people going on furlough or people being fired and companies talking about bankruptcy. How is Verizon staying above water and making sure that their employees are above water?
Yeah, so it's a great question. I'm really proud of what we've been able to do so far. We've got about 130,000 employees worldwide in Verizon. We're up to about 90% of those employees are working from home. Of the office employees, over 95% of those are working home. So we very quickly got people home. We do have some folks who provide essential services that can keep our communications and our data services up that are critically important. And those folks that we're trying to provide them added protection, masks, you know, protective gear, you name it, to try to keep them protected. But so far, you know, we've been able to continue our operations mostly from home, and we've been able to support our employees. We've gotten really good feedback from our employees about how the company has stepped up, not just to support them, but to continue to support all the communities that we support with our essential services.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Andre, but I mean, Verizon is pretty much an essential service because that's the cell phones, that's the cable. People ain't really cutting those off.
No, you're exactly right. It's all your communication needs, your data needs, more so than ever. You know, usually when we think about emergencies, you know, we talk a lot internally to our company about run into a crisis. And usually that's hurricanes and wildfires and tornadoes, Superstorm Sandy. But in this particular crisis, your point, you're exactly right, is it's so important that we keep people connected, we keep them productive, we keep them collaborating. You know, we're working with school districts all across the country, for example, to enable kids to continue to go to school. We're helping first responders with their emergency operation centers. We're helping a number of states manage their large unemployment insurance claims. Just lots of stuff lots of stuff we have going on with people all across the country. To your point, this is an absolute essential service that we provide.
What do you tell customers right now who can't pay their bill? Like, what's the plan in place for them? I know everybody has different things that they can do, but what do you advise for people right now that still need their essential services, but they might not have the finances?
Yeah, so there's a number of things we're doing. So we signed up to the Keep Americans Connected pledge. So for the next 60 days, we committed to not charging people late fees or cutting people off for the services. We're doing other things for our business customers to help them where customers need some flexibility. We're working with them on an individual case-by-case basis. We know that people are going through a lot right now, and that we're an essential service. All of our solutions are essential to keeping people connected and productive. So we're working with our customers in a variety of ways to keep them connected and to help them through this difficult time.
Now, what happened when the world opens back up?
Hold on.
Okay, I was going to ask, what happens when the world opens back up? Because, if they defer people for 3 months and they say they don't have to pay until they get things back, do you say, okay, now in that 4th month, now those 3 months you got to pay right away? Because if that's the case, it really doesn't help people. Like, how are they breaking it down so it allows people to get back on their feet and it allows businesses to get back on their feet before just having to pay this huge nut?
A balloon payment. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely. No, you're right. So we're working right now, to be honest with you. We're focused on the here and now and helping people get through the next couple months where we think this crisis is going to be at its worst. So, the work that we're doing today is to keep our employees safe, keep them active, keep our customers up and running. But you're right. We have to think about, we're already beginning to plan for when the world opens back up. How do we continue to help our customers along in and out of that? I mean, we're not going to do anything abrupt. We want to be there for our customers. We want to help them through this crisis and play our role in the community.
I'm glad you used the word abrupt because the gripe I have with Verizon is that I've been with Verizon for decades, and they have no problem cutting me off at the drop of a goddamn dime.
Pay your bill.
Just cut the service off.
You should sign up for AutoPay.
Well, I have that now, but I'm talking about prior. Like, you would just cut me off for no reason, and it would be so embarrassing because you'd be wondering why nobody's calling you, why you're not getting no text, and it's because your phone was cut off by Verizon.
You deserved it.
Well, listen. As of today, you've got my name, you've got my number. That will never happen to you. You call me.
Don't say that now.
If anyone's threatened to turn off your service, okay?
No, but Andre,
that's why.
Don't you think if people have the money, they should pay their bill. I
don't care how much money I have. I only pay the past due amount. It doesn't matter to me. I only pay the past due amount. I never pay it in full, ever.
Goodness.
Well, Andre, we appreciate what you guys are doing at Verizon. One of the hospitals that you guys are working with is where I was born too, in Brooklyn, Maimonides Hospital. So that is definitely something that's personal for me. So we thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for having us and let us talk about the stuff we're doing to try to serve communities and serve those that serve us every day on the front line. Appreciate you.
Hold on, so much, man. Andre, I think you should shout out Grubhub too.
Absolutely. So Grubhub's playing a critical part in this partnership. They're helping with all the logistics, the delivery, the ordering. We couldn't do this without Grubhub's help. It's a collaborative effort with everyone.
Much for checking in again, and we appreciate you. And tell Verizon and everybody up there we appreciate and keep doing the good work.
Appreciate y'all. Have a great day.
You too now.
Thank you, sir.